Welcome back, my lovely beans, and today I'm presenting you a Yareli run, another Yareli run. This run is actually with 3 people. I don't know if you're interested with it, but it is not a duo run. It is actually like, 3 people. But for this one, we are using, as always,
Your chosen Warframe suits you.
thank you, orders. We're using this build. We do run growing power because thanks to her 2, we do have iframing with 4 seconds of invulnerability, so you don't need to run briefest bite. If you want to do in addition running briefest bite, keep in mind since you do run high efficiency, her costs for her abilities are so low that you will have an issue with actually getting her full shields up with the way that I do run this build. So this build would not work with briefest bite, okay? Because I do run prime redirection, because with that you get the full 2.5% seconds of shield breaking invulnerability. You have duration, you have rolling guard. The duration, by the way, originally you can kind of drop it because you don't run silence anymore. You do run Omamoro as subsume over the 3, so the duration is kind of like not really needed. You run rolling guard for the oopsies, shield recharge. I should talk a little bit slower. Fortitude, sure-footed. One day. I think it's like actually 119 days till I do have 400 login days. Prime redirection, like I said, and fleeting expertise. Simply to get more efficiency. You don't need duration on this build as much. So probably that's why I won't have duration on, simply so this number doesn't look as bad. Arcane Aegis, still the thing where I feel like, do I really need it? But what else would I put on? And precision, because as you all know, Yareli does, as long as she moves, get 200% extra crit chance. Makes it really good for secondary weapons, so you get base damage for your secondaries on headshots. Lovely build. Since we do run our main damage on secondary, run a primer on our primary weapon, I chose a kit gun. It is the Worm Splicer. On the right, you see actually what we are running. For that, here would be the build. Yes, it probably could, use another former. Technically, this build would go without any formers. You run cold, magnetic, radiation. Keep in mind, if you run invisibility, you don't want to have radiation because of like random shooting enemies can like have a higher chance of hitting you. You get the idea. Then, Furis. We are running this time a corrosive heat build. I'm pretty sure I already showed to that. Yes, I do run a Riven. I know, if not, you will have an issue to get like as high of a crit chance. Puncture makes it really nice. And you will not have corrosive, so you would need to run here a toxin mod to get it with prime convulsion. I know I have, really lucky with that. I do own in total 3 Furis Riven because I do enjoy playing the Furis a lot. I do run secondary fortifier as a second layer of protection. Furis as Incarnon has enough damage even when you run second fortifier at level cap, especially with the heat ticks for any type of enemies. I find it comfortable. If you don't find it comfortable, absolutely understandable. For wave clear, I was originally running Falcor in later games where I personally played more because I do run really a lot. I probably played already 20 level cap runs, which are minimum. I do go for Magister simply because the Furies is not really comfortable with killing acolytes. So either you drop the primer and you choose the Riga to prime or any other sentinel to actual prime and have like Latron here with a dexterity build or a base damage deadhead build or something like that for acolytes. Or what I did have the Magister later on. Falcor is still kind of fine because you can still throw the Falcor multiple times at the Acolyte. It still works. My Falcor build is a typical melee influence build. So, do with that what you want, what you feel like it, right? I do run a Sly. The advantage of a Sly, in my opinion, is the survival instinct. When you bullet jump, the enemy is actually losing you. It is comparable if you're wondering what that is. You know, when Wisp is jumping, she gets invisible. A tiny bit like that, but it does have a 5-second cooldown. I wish the cooldown would be a tiny bit lower, but it would make probably too good. If you're wondering, I don't run the Slight Evolution because when you actually do run it, I feel like Survival Instinct is bugging out. At least you don't see the cooldown sometimes anymore. I'm not sure if that's actually just like a overview bug that you don't see the cooldown anymore, but I do run to help it like pick up faster Momentous Bond to make sure that we're getting it up faster. For the claws, I do run Elusive Posture and that setup. If you know me, that's always my setup. I barely do have a different setup. And for shards, 2 green shards, Parkour Velocity, Casting Speed, and 1 Equilibrium shard. The casting speed is actually kind of important because when you cast her 2 to get the full 4 seconds of invulnerability, that animation will get speed up. So that's why casting speed is kind of important. I would not say you need more than 1 Tau Forge, but I would definitely suggest a Tau Forge. Green shards, yeah. If you run a pure Heat Furis, you don't need it. Obviously, then you could swap these out for either you prime and then, so you have the priming corrosive stacks, right? Or you swap one of them, like do 1 Tau Forge green and then like a Tau Forge orange to have like higher crit chance, especially if you don't have crit chance on your Riven. Yes, Yareli is giving crit chance, but can you ever have enough crit chance, right? But yeah, that's the idea. I hope you will enjoy the run and see you next time. Because otherwise my PC will like die when I'm streaming. 3.
And keep them purged so they can stop the Cascade getting out of hand.
Watch out. I'm detecting void fissures nearby. Do you have a matching relic?
School PE, so 4.
Exilizer is spitting out contamination. Use your void power to purge it. Oh, that got their
Up here. I'm going this way. Oh yeah, that looks like the right way. Or not. Maybe.
Fissure.
Nope, that's a dead end.
possessed Exilizer located. Purge it and make it work for us. Void manifestation is possessing an Exilizer.
Where do I have to go? This way? Nope.
That Exilizer is working for us now.
3 for 3.
We just lost an Exilizer to possession. Get it back.
Oh, we can try one more. I mean, like, we will see. But the thing is, like, it starts to be annoying. Sacrifice to make for, like, a good run. Let me just run something random for the first one. I'm too lazy. After looking a bit at forums, it just affects players on PS4, phone, spiritual, and PlayStation on PCs, not affects source Warframe forums. But that's kind of like unfair because like I saw your frame rate is like set on these ones anyway. 4. I'm going left.
So they can stop the Cascade getting out of hand.
Void fissures. You need them to open a relic. But are you confident?
Left dead end. Ooh, not me die.
That possessed Exilizer is spitting out contamination. Use your void power to
I'm getting stuck at the We're not talking about it, chat, okay? We're not talking about it. No, straight is dead end.
Defend yourself and use reactant to open relic.
It has to be right.
possessed Exilizer located. Purge it and make it work for us. A void manifestation is possessing an Exilizer. Stop it before it feeds the Cascade.
Oh, it is. Wait, maybe it was left?
Before it makes the contamination worse. This Cascade is
The left looks like a dead end, except if it was, you know,
Exilizer online.
if it was a door that I didn't see. Yeah, I'm inviting you, Pirate. Let's hope that's just... because otherwise we're screwing us over. Also, like, time-wise. That one will be a stick one. Pyro, the first one is a stick one. I will mark it in a second again. It's the same one. I think the other one was that one actually. Here, that one, but like, you know. That one is a stick one, that one is a stick one, that one is a stick one. Not attacking. If you prefer, sure. No, I'm saying that one not attacking. Don't attack that one to Pyro, because I'm not sure like when he's loading in and sees my marker. I hate it sometimes, my reload. You can attack. Skizzy can attack if you want to. Oh yeah, scans. No, we did. Did we? Was it after reset? Ah, dang it. Oh no, it's fine. Ooh, tasty. There we go. Got my Incarnon up. Don't worry, I'll mention it later probably. What? The like same tree that killed me? Oh, it was that direction, but where? Oh my god, to the left. I did not see that. Yeah. I did not see that. I only checked straight. Oh my. Okay, let me... No, we already scanned. We did a level cap after reset already. We did already... it's a 3. We have a 4-3-3, so we will get... But it's fine. It's the ramp room. But yeah, once again, you know, so much to like, oh yeah, we're running, you know, more. We're not mid-maxing what Cascade same way I'm mid-maxing bounties. We're not mid-maxing it because mid-maxing, you know why we're doing it, Haki? Because we got annoyed by the amount of failed Exilizer spawn. That's actually why we start doing that. Not because we feel like, oh, like it's so much better, because we got so annoyed by the amount of like failed Exilizer spawn, by the inconsistently how fast you were like hitting a level cap time-wise, right? And that's why we started doing it. Because every time you fail per round an Exilizer that is spawning, right, you have a longer time to hit level cap. So, that's the issue. So, that's why we were like, you know, not the coolest thing to do. Not the funniest thing. Mania. 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 Oh, 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 oh. Are you dying to my pad assist? Oh yeah, definitely Falcor over pad assist for Acolyte. Oh, 8. Nice start. True.
That relic has been cracked open. Finish your mission to find that inside.
We're down an Exalizer. Working on backup.
Yeah. Yeah. True. The Riven Dispo.
Cascade receding.
Can you stop ragdolling, please? I'm trying to get my head. I'm trying to. Excuse me, mister. I'm trying to get my headshots up. I do try to aim nicely and get my headshots up. Oh no, my brötchen. What happened to your brötchen? Do we need to save your brötchen? What happened to your brötchen? What happened to your brötchen? Is it all soggy and old? Did you not went to like your bakery freshly this morning? Oh, my foot. Now me trying to like change the title of my stream on the side. I already have typed out half of my title. You know what? I take the, I have 5 wankers and I have like 11 nighters. I feel kind of bad. There we go. There we go, changed it. Well, I'm putting another batch in. First one kind of too big for my liking. Oh, I see. It's getting too cross. Then I Shaco collar. A Shaco collar! I mean, like, Shaco collar sounds like not edible and not like, too baked.
Exalizer spent. The boy Cascade just hit a new level of intensity. Be careful. You have no idea what it could manifest.
Shaco collar sounds like kind of unhealthy. Do you want me to like sing Isengard again? How dare you telling me that? You can't just tell that. No. Oh, cover. Can't believe that. Oh my god, I feel heartbroken, Chad. I feel heartbroken. Oh my god. I'm getting bullied here.
Working on backups.
Absolutely bullied.
Has been retired.
It's fine. I can live with it. I can live with it.
Exalizer spent. Our enemy's folly is your game.
I might not mind get like bullied by like a person that is like, you know, in VC with me. Oh, nice. Oh, that I'm going for. Okay. Ta! And that said that they will deafen. Another one has a little skizzy in here. Maybe. And he maybe said he will deafen himself if I sing the Hobbit song. So, you know what I have to live through every day. You know. You're already annoyed like by Mario, now he will like deafen when I like sing. I mean, like, I can't watch YouTube while, you know, being a podcast kid. I have to entertain myself while streaming, you know. I think that's maybe like the issue, you know. Like, I can't watch a movie while running a podcast kit because, like, I'm on stream. Okay, Skizzy gave me a task. I'm supposed to bully you, Chad, now. So, Chad, we need to have a sit down. You and me, you know. Am I bullying you? Am I mean to you? Okay, Robert is like pulling out the pistol. I'm like holding the pistol at me. I cannot do that. So, am I bullying you? Oh my god, like, I have so many questions. Excuse me, what for? Like, I don't know. You tell me. My marriage shot goes hard. I'm not allowed to do that, chat. Someone is getting mad at me if I do that. Time to have a civil debate. Time to have a debate. If it's civil, it's you know, another question. Oh, Dollarfire! Don't touch me. No touching. No touching. Okay. I really have to like stop myself from singing Mario. Propose a vote or some stuff. A vote for what? Or is it not democratic, chat? I mean, like, what do you want to vote for? Tell me, what are we voting for, Chad? Is it now? I mean, usually I would say yes, it is quite democratic here. I usually ask you for like quite a lot of your opinions, usually. Oh, if you're getting bullied. I mean, like, the only thing you might get bullied is, you know, by like, I'm teasing you quite a lot with, you know, like, what type of, like... what type of pictures you see next or not. That's probably like the only little tease you're having and seeing and getting. Nice. Pistachio flavored baked goods are super. I'm allergic to pistachio. I'm allergic to it. I would like to eat. Take meds, eat. That's not how allergies work, sadly. That's not how allergy works, my friend. That's and I would also not suggest if you like are allergic against anything to try it that way, because like yeah, no. Because then it will happen what happened to me. You have an anaphylactic shock and you're like, you know, you're nearly dying and like your heart stops beating, and then, you know, you would not suggest it. Not a fun. It's not fun. I can tell you that's not a fun experience. You know. You know, getting woken up by like EpiPens being, you know, like butchered into you, it's not the best experience of my life. You know. So I would not suggest to eat anything you know you're allergic to. One out of 10 would not recommend. Yeah, if I could give minus points for it, I would give minus points. I am. Question is, what the eating thing worth it? No. It was not worth it. Nothing is worth nearly dying, in my opinion. I have to like say it. Even the question is I mean, like, the pure question is already, like, so stupid to me that I can't even wrap my head around it. Poppy seeds, in my opinion. Like poppy cream. I know that not every country has it, but like we do in Germany. It's like, you know, a sugary butter poppy mixture. And I do think that's quite tasty. Mostly in like sweet fillings, right? And I think that is great, especially when you eat it with vanilla sauce. So, or like, you know, powdered sugar. Really good in my opinion. I do like that. And I do know that not everyone... One out of nation. I don't know, like, I do like have like Gamknutter with poppy seeds, you know, like Gamknutter with poppy seeds filling, and like, you know, like Moon Gamknutter. I don't know how to translate that. I think it's like Chesh, right? I don't even know how to, like, you know, name any of these things in English. I actually do not have, like, you know. They're like yeast buns, sweet yeast buns with like, you know, poppy filling, poppy seed filling, right? And then it's called, if anyone wants to see it, it's quite good. I am sorry to tell you that, but I currently don't have time to Google that. I will, if I remember, go back and chat later and look at it. But yeah. But that one, like the steam buns with poppy filling, and then if you want to eat it with plum jam and vanilla sauce. That is, in my opinion, the best combination. It's not that technically like a real bakery thing, right? But like, you know, it's kinda, right? It's kinda. But I also made it because I had poppy filling. I had like ready-made poppy filling because, you know, one person like household. I had some of these poppy filling and I put it into like raw croissant dough and then baked it and made it like dipped it in vanilla pudding, right? Super good. Super hard to make them moister, so it's hard to get right. If the filling is too wet, crust gets separated. But it's too dry later. It's super hard to eat since it's dry. Quite an easy thing to make, but hard to master. Oh, that's with most things, right? Like, a lot of them, like, sounds like easy the recipe, but it's, like, super hard to, like, actually make a good thing. But yeah, croissant with poppy filling, like the butter poppy filling, and then dipping in vanilla pudding. Really good. And what else? I mean, like, I do like cinnamon buns, but I think cinnamon buns are not really underrated. What else is tasty? Oh, now I'm getting hungry, Haki. You're making me hungry. I would say in general croissants. I would say... Oh, those puddings. Yeah, but like with poppy. You need to like eat them with poppy. Like making a mixture out of poppy seeds and vanilla pudding. So not just one. I like both. I wanted to like use up both, so. I would also like say what I like sometimes I feel like, you know, I would say croissants in general. You can like have so many different types of filling into croissants, so. Is water wet or green paint smell? No, paint actually does not smell the same, especially if you like talk about original paint, because paint does have original like things that makes the paint being like, you know, have the color. And since most of them are like different types of chemicals or like, you know, base points, no, green paint does not smell the same as blue paint, so no. And water is not wet, because wet is actually an instance, and water is technically by that not wet. Because if you look at the definition what wet is, water would not apply to that. Yes. I do know that. So no, you can't trick me. Yes. I did not even read that far. Oh my god. Why did the brain names itself brain? It's. I mean, like, it did not name it itself. We give it the name. We do give it the name, so technically it did not name it itself. And probably if you would look on the like base of the name, it is based off something from like, you know, as always Latin. You know, it's probably something about either like the way it looks or about the function, right? And that's where the name brain is coming from. Oh yeah, I'm aware that, you know, what you mean with, you know, the original of word, or like words, names. I'm fully aware of that. Why are giraffes so slow to apologize? Because it takes them so long to swallow down their pride. Not only giraffes, don't worry. I know way people that takes way longer, like not only to swallow, but only to swallow their pride. So, but back to this topic. No idea what you're talking about. I mean, I do have 12. You know what? I'm taking the ducats. I do have 12 Magnus Prime blueprints. I have 12 blueprints. Yeah, I mean, like, I do need ducats. I do need a lot of ducats. I need... Oh god, what did we say for a whole year? What relic? What relics you cracking? Oh... Whatever is there. And rat. And... I have, after I read, like, the reds of that one is running out, I have exceptional and flawless. Pretty simple. I technically just farm ducats at the moment. I don't farm anything specific anymore. I need ducats for Barrow. So for me, Void Cascade is just a pure farm simulator at that point. Maybe a bit. But yeah, at least I can show off. And we can like look at bats. My bat looks ugly at the moment. Oh my god, because I'm silver. Look at that. I was just curious if you'll focus a certain prime. Makes sense. No, I do not focus a certain prime. No. I mean, I was looking a bit for like Zareen and Nidus parts because I bought some relics from there, but I already run a lot of them. I wonder what kind of transcendence brain came up with speech and then assigned specific meaning to the different words of the word. I think that is actually development. I think that is not coming upwards, that is developing, right? Because we do constantly making up new words. Right? So that is actually like developing and improvement. Yeah, silver buds is Hackley, right? Yeah. Must have, I mean, must have been, but like because you already see that there is a way of communication even without like, you know, language, right? You see like with you know, apes. Well, we all know that they are like super smart for like, you know, technically being animals, right? But there is a form of communication between them. They're showing stuff, they're reacting to input actively, right? So... Why are you laughing? Oh, because they said auger. I mean, like maybe there's a like unga bunga. I don't know. Oh yeah, we're getting steel essence because I do need more steel essence. Because only when I have enough steel essence, I can run runs without was a sentinel, because otherwise I would feel bad to run without a sentinel, or like with a sentinel, that way around. Is unga bunga not the typical word that will be used in TV to like show off Neanderthalers in German? I'm not speaking fluent, monk. Excuse me. Also, monkeys can't speak. I mean, like maybe they do. Oh, Angel, Angel. Hi. Hi.
Spent Exilizer has been retired.
Whee! Oh, there's a spear. Up.
Exilizer spent. Contamination levels going
Was quite oh god. Will you always hold that now in my face? Oh wait, that one is not done. Oopsie. Oopsie. Fine. I'm going back. I mean, you do constantly say oh and ah after each other, from what I heard of monkeys yelling sounds.
Spent Exilizer has been retired.
Zero?
Enemy bounty secured.
I mean, like, to be fair, these ones, or like these terms, phrases, are technically used like connection phrases, and they are showing off that you are not fluent or like not good in a language, so they are technically showing off a poor quality of speak quality. So I do agree that O and R are definitely connector words that are not showing off. Buts, I do agree, buts, you know, buts are like quality. Thank you for the 22 bits. Appreciated for the support. Sadly, they indeed showing off a poor quality of speech. But, and that's not the nice word, that is simply... I mean, like, I would probably also use them quite a bit in German. It is simply, like, you know, second language filler words, you know. Thank you for the hydrate. It's a mixture out of filler words and actually for me like a instance for like I can actually like think for a second for translation and stuff like that. Actually, like whenever you like talk yourself, actually pay attention how many times you are using filler words yourself. Use like and ammo a lot for some. Like as a compare word, so I find it hard sometimes to like take like out. There are other words than like to like, you know, use as a compare word. But like is the most common word and like one of the easier words. So that's why I find it like to not use like, because you can use like to compare some word and like to describe something, right? So that's why I find like, you know, really hard to not use. Like, likely, right? It is a really common word and has different meanings, so it is really implemented in our speech. But I agree. But like, actually pay attention like how many times you're using like filler words like and also like pay attention like other words like not only. Oh, pen is still there. No, I'm just saying because like also like different generations do have different filler words. So I feel like older generations, for example, have different filler words. And you actually need to like pay attention when you hear like, for example, your parents like talking, when you still live with your parents, what type of filler words they're actually using. And you will realize that a lot of like, you know, people are constantly using filler words. Most people are actually not aware how much filler words they're actually using. And that most people do not, or are like not able to like talk a full sentence without using filler words. Because what we're not doing, or what we stopped doing, and that sounds like really mean for a second, we stopped thinking before talking. Most people are actually not really good in articulating. So yeah. So, by the way, is also like a filler word. And filler word does not mean like you can use so to connect two words and like sentence, and that is not what I mean as a filler word. I mean like so actually as a filler word, because when you like the best way to like describe a filler word is like you have it and it doesn't have a meaning, and then you have like, you know, a short break. That is actually a funny thing you see in Norway. In the east part of the country, they use a lot of and the sentence, but on the west side, they stay silent when they think of the next word. So yeah, exactly, like you see it, right? Yeah, exactly. They say so, and then they wait a second, and that's where you realize they did not connect to sentence, or they don't use it to describe something. They actually do use it to, like, you know, fill a gap. Because they are, like, insecure, they don't know what to say, or, like, you know, they are not fully aware what to say, or, like, you know, they need to rephrase something. You see what I mean? Which is not wrong. Yeah, I heard it. Which is not wrong. Nothing is wrong. Like, using filler words is not bad. But if you want to, like, you know, appear, like, you know, really secure in front of something, or like if you want to have like a good presentation, I think like presentation is like the best example. Like whenever you give an an answer, especially when you have like a presentation, try to like actually articulate your sentence so you don't use any filler words. That is an yeah, my chat is like really good, right? I like my chat. My chat is smart. Have a forehead to prove it. True. Your brain needs a lot of space, right? Coolest Professor Chat. Chat is so smart, right? Chat is amazing. Good chat. Good chat. Lucky me has such a good chat. Oh yeah, definitely showing something off, and you can definitely use this. What I did, so in school my English was really poorly. I'm not saying that my English now is better. I still don't, like, you know, I'm fully aware of that. But like in school my English was really poorly. So to try to make it up, what I did was learning phrases, especially like sentence phrases, to like stuff like, in my opinion, like on the other hand, stuff like that, right? And like keep in mind, that sounds like all really like funny to you as like native speakers, but like as a non-native speaker, you all had to learn them. Because like keep in mind, we have to like learn every single phrase we're using because we don't know anything, because it's a, like, you know, a foreign language to us, right? So we actually do have to learn all of that. But this type, that actually is like helping so much whenever you have to like give an answer. Because it's filling the gap. It's actually like filling the gap in like, whenever you have to like in a test, say in 3 words, or like, you know, give 100-word little essay, right? And then you could like say, on the other hand, in my opinion, like stuff like that actually like filled these little things so up. So it was actually like so funny.
Contamination spreading.
But I also find it incredibly hard because I feel like as a streamer, I constantly have to talk. So I do know that I use a lot of filler words. I do say a lot of like, so yeah, or like, because I constantly feel like whenever I don't speak, I am silent. I don't like fill up the silence, and I have the pressure as someone that you constantly are supposed to feel like to talk. Like everyone expects you talking, right? Like you are supposed to talk. You are constantly supposed to, like, you know, be entertaining. You're constantly supposed to, like, you know, filling the gap. So I find it, like, incredibly hard. Yeah, the responsibility of being entertaining, right? Like, it is there. Everyone expects you to, like, delivering constantly on top, like, you know. It doesn't even, like, matter if you're yapping about, like, you know, nonsense or not. And most of the time by now, in the beginning I found it way harder, but by now I do a lot of the times do have like topics to talk about. These are like, you know, like now where we started to like talk about, you know, how speech improvement is working or like, you know, speech works. But like sometimes it's also like hard because you don't always find a topic, right? Like sometimes I don't do specific farms because I know the interaction with it is less. Right, because it is quite like a repetitive farm, so I also know that the interaction from chat will be less. So I'm like, you know, if I do that now, I will get like, you know, less interaction because people find it boring. So I will not know how to entertain people for that long. Thank you so much for the follow. Appreciate it. Welcome in, welcome in. And I know that I will not be able to like deliver for like an hour of that farm. Silence, turn up music volume. No, I don't like to do that because I don't want the feeling that people just listen. Because listening to music, it's not a walkthrough, right? Sometimes my film got a certain... Yeah, but like... I feel like that's not what a stream is about, right? And when it's silent, people not... Or like, I feel like people are not coming in and like chat, right? Because the streamer's not saying anything. Ah, I did not get the shot off. How's that 45? 15, 25, 45. Oh. Hi, Pyro. Yeah, I'm just like sometimes like, you know. You got your lavas? Nice. Nice. We're doing progress, Pyro. Lavi. Aha. Big strong lava spy is now called Lavi. Cute. Poor lavas. You know, I imagine lava's like full pink, you know. Lavatari. No, remember, guys, when I told you we have someone in chat that is called like Pyro? That's why I like, you know, mixed you up the last time. Javi Lavos Lavi. Oh my god. I did not mix you up the last time because, you know, like, out of despite, I actually mixed you up because of, like, there's someone in chat that is called, you know, Pyro, so... Oh, I call Pyro more. Oh. Meow. My Srex just is... Oh. There's my Srex. want to say my Spectres just appeared, but like, you know, he just teleported. It makes it easier to you. There's also Panda. I have that on Discord too. I don't mind if any of these names are. Yeah, no, it's fine, it's fine. It's just like, you know, Pyro is Pyro. So like, Fox, Pyro, Pyro is Pyro. I usually go by the like Twitch names because that's where I like mostly. Yeah, Pyro's fluffy, I agree. Just a bit. It is an amazing introduction, right? I agree. It's amazing. You're fine. You know, there will be a day where I don't have like good stuff anymore as well. I need to like run like shit fishers. Maybe we like run on Tuesday like an hour of like Chad, you need to like actually like run, not with me, but like remind me to like run shit relics. They don't have to run it with me. If they want to, they can join, but like I need to like run like terminate missions so I get like more stuff, like more relics. They don't have to join with like, you know, that pain. I'm like fine suffering on my own.
We're down an Exalizer, working on backups.
Yeah, but I was like saying like, you know, hockey like this like typical Earth stuff, you know, like running an hour of like Earth, Exterminate, Titania stuff, or like Void, you know, stuff like that, right? And like actually running an hour, shit relic, not, you know, rad, and then, you know, getting your traces one time up extra, because like I do always run an hour here. Pyro, if you have like another full card, you could ask in trade chat if someone is willing to trade the card you need against a full card that you have multiple of if you want to. Who took that over?
Field will bring the contamination level down.
Yeah. Pyro, that is our stick one. Not touching. No touching. Hmm. Us probably is not going. It's fine. We will just get it next time. Boop. Hi, Galaxy. By the way, is anyone wondering, the idea behind sticking is, but I still can't confirm it, is that when you stick one exile, it has to be, you like attack it and then you have to like have it being taken over again, is that due to your threat level being higher. If that's actually true, don't know. That I'm just explaining it like that. Oh. Where's summoned? There we go. That due to it constantly being taken over, you will actually have more Strexes spawn. But so far, it is really inconsistent. So sometimes it felt like it was actually more. But to be fair... Datch? Who's that? You are Datch? Why is Scorp Datch? Wait, what happened? Oh, you mean the Acolyte is Datch. Yeah, I agree, the Acolyte is Datch. To be fair, we also, since we started that, we also started paying attention to the rotation, that we always had, like, you know, good rotation, so we have less failed Axelizers. So, it is a bit of a weird map. We still do pay attention to the... We're still counting every time. So, it's a bit back and forth, right? So... we still, on average, are pretty good, I would say, because we didn't have a single run under 90 since then. So that's at least good. So our average farm is nice. Because some runs beforehand were like 70. And that with a mod drop booster, keep in mind we do have constantly a mod drop booster, so...
Working on backups. This discovery might interest you.
But yeah. I assume you don't need an additional buff, right? I mean, like, you can use it, but I don't pay attention. No, I don't need a buff. Keep in mind, my 1 is damage vulnerability to all of the enemies being hit. I mean, like, you can hit it. Feel free to do it, but, like, I do not really... Like, you don't need to pay attention for me. Like, just use it whenever you need it for yourself. Yeah, do that. Do that. Yeah, your release damage vulnerability with your 1 is definitely enough together with the way she's buffing pistols. Whenever you want to, like, do a Yareli level cap, I would give you 2 tips. First, remind you, like, with, like, you know, you have invulnerability or, like, iframing on your 2. You have 4 seconds of invulnerability on your 2 whenever you're casting it. So that's kind of nice. With casting speed, you have, like, you know, more movement freedom because you actually do speed up the animation. So that's actually really nice. And she is buffing pistol, so I would highly suggesting to run a pistol with her and do actually run an arcane that gives you base damage for the pistol, because it does make it quite a bit nicer to have, like, base damage for Void Cascades. Now have they nerfed Akina and Incarnon since they released? Did they nerf Akina and Incarnon? I don't know actually. No. What should have been released in your opinion? Sorry. What should have been nerfed in your opinion, or what feel different? I know that some people said that the for example, like Glaive Prime got like nerfed in their opinion because the detonation radius changed. So some things got apparently like shadow nerfed without being openly talked about. So I don't want to they're taking the wrong ones. Oh, fine then. Yeah. No, there's 3 Excellent. There's 3. There's already taken over. It's over. Parry not. No. Yeah, okay.
Just lost an Exilizer to possession. Get it back. Any rolling flags away from that Exilizer when it discharges.
What a chaos. I don't know where he teleported. I don't know. But we already took the back one. Okay. 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 Besides that, in the middle is I'm not saying I can't. All good. All good, all good. There you go. All good. So how's new camera, everyone? Just curious a bit. I think I have not tested around enough with them, but I think I don't like any of them. I have not found. Hi, play Warframe. How are you doing? Especially the lighter spy-like ones. Then I'm maybe bad at. I mean, I do know that I'm bad at fashion framing, but I have not found a single combination where I'm oh yeah, that definitely hit it. But to be fair, the only fashion frame that I started so far was Jaya's. And I feel like Jaya's new skin, as cool as that one is, I have not found a single framer where it sits good because of you know how the metal ring in the back with the spikes on? I feel like that kind of hinders you at having a single ephemera on. Absolute adore that fish. I do have that little shoulder fishy for Yareli as well, but I currently do use the Lotus one. Maybe I should I do use the electric one for Jaya as well. That looks like, her steampunk one with the electric one. I need to show you my Jaya fashion later on. Jaya is still a frame where I would like to get Jaya and Jaya, but I don't know if she feels comfortable enough to actually do enough level cap runs, so... Yeah, maybe. How long are we in here? An hour? Well, that's not too bad. The drops also started to be better. I know. You can always use Curva on your Sentinel if you want a chill run. I don't want a chill run. I want chaos, I want power, I mean, like, if I want to have a chill run, I would simply use evade, by the way. Just saying, evade is probably by now the better option. Evade Jaya. Better than Quiver Jaya. When I've been feeling icy. Do you not want to come back for like the Acolyte? Somewhere. Somewhere. When I feel icy during the Warframe times, I can only do 2 missions, the brain goes blank, then I switch games to Phoenix. I don't know that game, but I like, if you need a break, take a break. I don't want peace, I want problems. I want simply a good... I want that one, actually. Nijai skin has Walter vibes. Yeah. Yeah, you want pieces. You want to like, you want to like, chomp someone. You want like, you want... V-Rising brain chatting. Yeah! I know. I want to play V-Rising so bad. Like, I wanted to replay V-Rising the second I finished my first run through. I want some snacks. Oh, I want some snacks too. I have not eaten dinner. I have not eaten dinner, so...
Contamination levels going in the wrong direction.
That's fine. No dinner somehow. I usually don't eat before stream. I feel like a lot of the time food makes me like not feel good. So I usually prefer to not eat before stream. So my voice doesn't sound weird or I don't cough. Yeah, I did, Scorp, I did. I bought the whole set. Look, I have nice hair. Look. Oh, wait. There's somewhere like... That's what I thought. Exactly. I have pretty hair. But I want more of them. They're actually so cute. I want more like of the tanks driving around in my apartment. Or like in my apartment. Yeah, maybe not in my apartment, but like in my orbiter. Maybe not actually like driving around in my apartment. That sounds not like the best idea. Yeah, true. That sounds not like, Tank Rumber. Yeah, that would go hard. Yeah, but like Rumbers are constantly get... The thing is like why I don't like Rumbers is because like my cable management is shit. So the Rumba would probably not actually go like really well cleaning around the like, the desk area and stuff like that. So... what up? You have like, procs on me. Yeah. Roomba. Roomba. Room room Roomba. Room. I do have a more room. What? Hi, Rumba. Yes, you are here. No, I was not talking about you. I was not talking about you, Rumba. I was talking about Rumba. 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 Oh my god, Rumba is trolling. Rumba. I do have 5 of them. You know what? Yeah. Nah, I need ducats. You know what, Haku? I mean, like, after, like, drinking now for, like... When did I told you that I got, like, the capsule coffee machine? I would like to get, like... Let me tell you, capsule machine. So I found, like, a few capsules that are tasting a tiny bit better than the first ones that I tested. But, like, let me tell you, like, it's not the same. Let me tell you, it's not the same. I do miss, like, you know... To be fair, I also... You know, when talking about... You know, all of the espresso things and, like, you know... I did check if I would be, like... Want to hear a fun fact? Sure, go ahead. Just like a repairman, go to coffee shop, say I need to fix the coffee and take it home. Yeah, because, you know, everyone believes me that I'm a repairman. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I have to say, Haku, I feel like I'm not filling up all of the cliches there. So, you know, when we're talking about, like, you know, classic cliches. You know, I might have like a little bit too much boobies and booties for that. Why do I get bonked? Excuse me? I feel like that's not fair. When I first played Warframe and I saw Lavas, I wanted to be a Lavas main. You can always be a Lavas main. What about boobies and booties? Still less I'll do. Pancakes in the morning, the thin ones. And some... Some sandwich later, schnitzel with potatoes an hour ago. Nice, Rumbert. You actually had good food. I have... Go our attention now? I don't need to get our attention. I already have your attention. Because I'm a cute potato. That's why I have your, like, you know... That's why I have your attention. You know. Potato baked? I'm hot, but not that hot. So I'm not baked. I still see that give the sub button. No need, Rumbert. Like, you know, make sure you actually eat, please. You know, I really appreciate your support, but like, please take care of yourself first. Also, remember when we talked about that picture that, you know, is soon to be released? It is finished now and it looks good, and we still have not figured out a date when you want to like see it. So chat, you know, since I have your attention apparently, tell me, when do you want to like get like the next picture? At least someone has priorities, maybe not good ones, but priorities. True. True, that is indeed true. Priorities I would not support, but yeah. Anime girl on the internet based. I mean, like technically, I am an anime girl on the internet, just that there is like a real person behind that anime girl. Sounds like an executive decision. Brain, to hive mind. Can it? Why not? I see. Take care, Rumbud. Don't forget to pack snacks. Oh, there it is. Thank you for the lurk. I mean, better sooner than later. I'll see what next week is. They don't show me their, you know, nice little hat. So... 82%, nice. I don't even know anymore what I'm running. I'll probably Cedo. Let's run Cedo. That's Rex is having some fun. That's Rex is definitely having too much fun. Oh, Mania, come on. I'm taking you for a trip. Why? Have you ever been called a lovely bean? If you have not, let me introduce you to Rina's latest video where you're a lovely bean. Yeah, I do call you all a lovely bean. I thought lovely bean would be like a cute introduction because, you know, I do own, like, you know, the coffee shop as my Discord, right? And we constantly talking about cake, so I was like, oh, what would be like, you know, a cute introduction? So I thought it would be like, you know, a cute connection to call everyone a lovely bean. I don't know, it is like, you know, a nice connection, but I thought it's worth a try to call you all my beans. No, I you know, you're all my little coffee beans, so that was my idea that I had to that. One way to promote videos, right? I know, they're like all doing so amazing work for me. I do appreciate that so much. I do appreciate that all so much.
Spent Exilizer has been retired.
But yeah, today you get a Toxica video, but it's more like a first impression video. I will let you know. I'm like already telling you that. Like, it's not an in-depth, you know, analysis of that, you know, video, okay? It's not like going for the depth overcome as good job, good job. But I want to like talk a bit about the like, you know, pistols because they are great. And then you can like, you know, since we will have no stream tomorrow, what would you like to have for a video tomorrow? Originally I was doing like one about the Scaldra weapons. But I don't find the Scaldra weapons really impressive. So I'm not sure, you know, I most likely will drop that, but... I was thinking making a video about Kara. Because I find her really interesting with like, you know, melee influence and everything. Because you can... Like that. Okay, then you're getting a Kara video. Because I already like did all of the build and leveling, so I can like just, you know... Because I found Kara really funny, and then like maybe Heldrin. You know. So Monday Kara, Tuesday Heldrin, but we will have a stream on Tuesday, so... Nip research guide says stuff confusing as heck. Breaches, do you mean like the ability of Wisp? Do you mean that?
Contamination spreading. Spent Exilizer has been retired.
You've opened the relic. Finish your mission and we'll take a look inside.
I mean, I can, but like that's nothing was like actually connected to the update, but like sure. Oh yeah, and then another idea, but I'm not sure like how many of you know that I do like each week, and I will also do it like today after reset. Do like little shorts for EDA, and I will also like start it with ETA, right? So now you will get like Mondays 2 little shorts with, you know, like little tips and tricks to make the EDA and ETA easier for all of you, right? I also thought like to make a actual video about that, to like talk about all of the modifier and what to do with each modifier. So the issue is just I need like... Thank you. What's an ETA? I'm sorry. ETA is technically EDA from 1999. When you are rank 5 with the hacks, you can talk to Nova, and she has like the same as, well, like not the same. It is a bit different, but it's like it has modifiers. You need to like choose between 3 frames and 3 weapons. You need to get you standing up, but they talked about that, like, you know, for long enough. They did give us enough warning for that, actually. So. And I think I talked about that multiple times before. I think I said that each stream for ETA, I gave you the warning for the new frame and for that. I'm taking a sip of coffee one day. Okay, I'm good. So they warned us this time, like, quite clear that we actually do need to be rank 5 for that to unlock the new type of content. They were, like, this time super clear about it. Not like the last time. Why do I get bonked? What am I doing that I deserve to get bonked today? Excuse me. What am I doing? Besides not showing you apparently enough butt. Teabagging the Exalizer. I presented you butt. Noted. I'm presenting, Scorp. I'm presenting. Do you actually know, chat, how sad I am that I can't show you my art on stream anymore? I'm actually so sad about it. Otherwise, you, as actively, you know, being here, you also would already, like, get, like, a little sneak peek already of my new art that we were talking about. But, like, you know, I can't because I'm not allowed to, like, show art anymore. I'm scared. Like, probably it would be fine, but I'm too scared. I'm not risking it. No, art. Art. My art, not ad. Art. Usually, like, the art that I'm, like, now posting on. Do you know that's the rule? Nice try. Nice try. And technically, since it's declared art, it would be, like, you know, a bit different, but, like, I'm not risking that. I'm not freaking risking that. Say it's an overlays. Even overlays in Twitch TOS, even overlays has to be, like, TOS conform. So, yeah. Some people had to remove their overlays. They had, yes. Hi, Emran. I'm doing good, thank you for asking. How are you? The Exalizer have been retired. I want that too. Are you not a bit young for that? Just a bit, right? Just a bit. Just a tad, just a bit. Or I like that, coming into a room and having, like, you know, simply walk once through to, like, have, like, all of your... Oh god, 3 nullifiers? That is, like, oh my god, that is such a betray. That is bullying into spear, like 3 nullifiers into spear. Yeah, just a tiny bit of work left, but, like, it's fine, right? It's chill. I mean, like, that's sometimes my issue with, like, work. I do like working, right? But, like, sometimes, like, Since like, do people ruin work, in my opinion, because like everyone is like, oh yeah, you need to like, you know. My nose is itchy. Probably another failed Exalizer spawn. Oh my god, I love getting knocked over and then getting insta-killed in Operator. I do love that. You know, you can like do so much. You can do so much, you know, getting knocked over and then, lovely, lovely. And at that time, you know, Strax already run away already. Adorable. No, I actually do like to work. I'm like, actually do enjoy work a lot. But my issue is simply like the way people are treating work. I think that's my biggest issue. Like, I think my biggest issue at the moment is I'm getting attacked while looking for a new position that I only want to work 30 hours a week. Keep in mind, I want to work 30 hours a week because I do have Twitch and I do YouTube, right? So I technically do have a second job while doing all of that, right? So I'm like, and even if you only want to work 30 hours because you want to have like so much free time, but you're getting personally attacked because you only want to work 30 hours. How dare you? How dare you? You only want to work 30 hours. How dare you don't want to live at work? Right? Only like 155 heat ticks before he came like out of like being... PB can be petty, but so much, right? So much. I had that, like, I sent in, like, my resume, right? I had, like, you know, an interview, right? And then they were like, oh, yeah, by the way, when, you know, how many hours would you work? And I was like, 30. And he was like, oh, yeah, we're actually looking for someone full-time. And I was like, why did you invite me then? Because in my resume, it's clearly said that I'm looking for like a 30-hour. And in your like, you know, like when you like, you know, apply for the job, it even said part-time, right? Like full-time, part-time, right? Why are you doing that to then tell, yeah, we thought we could maybe change your opinion. Yeah, no. Let's take it. So how dare you? Yeah, right. They literally were like, "Oh yeah, we thought we could like change your opinion," and I was like, "For what? Like, what are you offering me that I will like change my opinion? What would be like even in for me that I would like change my opinion, right? Because your payment is not that good." So, read my lips, yeah, no. It was a bit of a, like, you know, awkward situation. It was in total a bit of an awkward situation. And, like, keep in mind, like, I'm not really, like, really in a lot of situations. I'm not really, like, I call myself like a base person. Like, I'm not really thinking high of me, right? Like, I do have work experience, but I don't really have a lot of work experience in my work field, right? So I'm not, or like, that's the thing, like, what I find some, like, hard to, like, handle when you're doing job interviews. If you already work for a really long time, keep in mind, I did my master's. And at that point, I already have 12 years of work experience. But I don't have a lot of work experience in the field that I'm like will work in, right? So it's a really weird combinations for me because like while people try to like treat me as like a newling, right? I am not, because I worked for like so long already like in business that it's like, yeah, no, you can't. You simply can't. I do work too long already in offices. I did, and like I like working. I don't mind, and like I do not mind to do any type of job. You want me to like, you know, sort some papers? I do sort your papers. I don't think too highly of myself to like sort your papers, even if I have a degree. I don't fucking care. Like some jobs need to be done, right? As long as like, you know, my boss would do the same, I do the shit. You know, jobs needs to be done. So I never thought about like anything like that. I don't think that like any form is like, you know, higher than the other, right? But like it needs to be like the same for everyone, right? And my Strax is running away from me. There we go. Nope, it's still not. There we go. Reminds me of the moment from Gravity Falls with Mabel. It's like, I don't know how I'm supposed to say no, and Dipper realize like this. No, yeah, no is a full sentence, right? No is simply a full sentence. Why don't you have electrical background? You're exactly what I need. I would only like to work from home. And to be fair, I do have like technically a little bit of electric background, but like for most likely not the slightest bit enough for you. If I remember correctly what you told me that you're doing. So yeah, no. My major is sadly not in that direction. I did choose another direction. I'm probably more like towards like plumbing and everything, because I do like a lot of that area. But electric, you know, nah. I do bass, and I like know how, like, you know, I can like tell you exactly how like a wind engine works, and I can probably like design you a whole wind engine if that helps at any point. So if you ever need to like have a wind engine designed, I could probably like, you know, I can help you there. Streams are so fun to tell the story. Oh, that's a good one. That's a good one. I like that. I need someone to sort material orders. I mean, like, it does sounds fantastic, to be fair. And at the moment, with how the job market is in Germany, I would take any job offer. I will be fair, but like, I think I really can't help you. I would take a lot of job offers because holy fuck, is the job market like bullshit. And I will say, like, you know, so I will say that once, and I don't want to like hear any comments. I just need to like say that off of my heart. I think I can't hear like a single fucking comment towards me being a woman, and I can, like, you know, need to just smile nicer to get a better job offering. I can't hear it anymore. Need to start figuring out Archon charts. Yeah, what is the issue with Archon charts? Maybe we can help. No, that's absolutely fine, Hacky. Don't get me wrong, I didn't expect anything. I was joking about that. I didn't expect anything, don't worry. Well, I know how they work. I'm just starting with Netra cells. I did a mission of Netra and I didn't get any of the Netra rewards. Oh, that's weird. Why would you not get any? So the Netra cells can be either melee arcane adapter. They can be. Oh wait, weird question. When you, yeah, but another question. So when you're done, you need to like. Did you had someone in your group actually take all 4 of the keys? Then you open them. And what you have to do, when you're done with it, you actually go collect the rewards. So you go there, you will destroy like a vase. Is it like called a vase? Like a trophy, a vase, something? And then something will drop. And that you need to collect. Did you collect that one? I mean, like, it was probably buggy because we had more searches and probably that resetting. You did not, that's why you did not. So you have to go, after you did that, you will get, like, oh yeah, you open it up, then you need to get, like, the 4 keys, right? You will need to use the 4 keys to open that radius up, like, to open up the actual Netra cell, right? And go collect the, like, vase on top of that. And that's how you get the reward. So because that is technically what Netra cells make hard, is that you need to have these 4 keys. And originally it's meant that you run it in total. Yeah, you need to have Netra cell charges. That's also true. But I think this week everyone has Netra cell charges because it did reset. Remember, it did reset, so... Oh, Gauss is absolutely fine. You can run whichever frame you want. Like, Netra cells, it does not matter which weapon you're using, which frame you're using. That does not matter. I usually have an extra loaded. I, for example, prefer Nova because you can speed enemies up and you have a form of damage reduction, right? Because of your null stars. So, who you run is totally fine. But what you need to do is either you run it as a team or solo. That is up to you how strong you feel. But you need to have all 4 keys in total as your team or solo. That's up to you. But you need to have all 4 keys. And you need to then afterwards actually collect the reward physically. You need to go up the stairs in that like little search area and collect the reward. And then go to extraction. True, if you die, you need to really make sure that your teammates picking you up, because if you completely bleed out, then your teammates can't pick you up, you can't revive. You have no revives in Netra cells, and you will have to restart. That's also like a really good point. It's kind of hard for the enemies to kill me when I blitz past them as scores. I mean, like, in the red area, you have to kill enemies. You have to kill enemies to get the reward at the end. Because you need to kill a specific amount to, like, you know, get them to get the Netra cells to open up, so... I mean, I guess your teammates did that then. I maybe actually put making a Netra cells guide on... Maybe I will... The teammates were stacked? Yeah. Maybe I will make a guide. And like give some recommendation there as well, which frames are helping you with what. By the way, besides Gauss, great frames are Dante and Nova, for example, as well. Lavas could work as well if you wanted to. But then I don't know how side works with the casting, because I don't know if your shoots count as cast if your Furis is activated. If you would take damage. You know when you like have the key that takes damage for each cast? And when your sharpshooter is activated, if that will count. Your own weapon, yeah, true. Rhino, true. Rhino is a great call. Yeah. Yareli works because you have redirection with your 2 and iframing with your 2. Oh my god, where the heck did my... He just disappeared, wherever. I don't think that's how it works for side there, but myself never run side there. I was just wondering. Okay, what I was wondering, just so you understand my thought progress. I might be wrong. You know, there's a key where when you cast, you take damage, right? Yeah, you have a way to but I was calling out general frames, right? Not where you specifically feel comfortable. I was actually calling out general frames that ignore most... Oh, I'm bubbled. Most of the keys. That's what I was calling out, Haku. Where you can actually carry a key without thinking about it. That's what I was actually, like, you know, calling out. Oh yeah, Wisp is also like a great frame, but Wisp is like, you know, you actually want to have like bit more investment in Wisp, but like when you want to do network cells, you should already have like a few investment frames there done. I'm sorry it took so long, the one Axelizer was delayed. I did run before I swapped to Nova. I did run before Nova's rework. I mostly did actually run Wisp there for the longest time. The only thing what sometimes can be annoying when you run Wisp. So one of the biggest things for network cells is as long as you are in the circle, the count's counting towards you. That is like one of the biggest changes they did a while ago, and that's a great change, right? But what was annoying with Wisp sometimes before they did that change actually was when you put the nodes too close to the ending, or like to the like rim of the circle, is that they would stagger the enemies because of the like shock modes, right? And they would actually not walk into the ring, right? Yeah. So true, they changed a lot, Pyro. I mean, like, in the end, whatever works, so you don't worry about any of the keys, because I usually do take all keys. So that's why I also really like Nova, because I can take, without even looking at the keys, I can take all keys. I never worry about anything. Cells actually got a lot of updates, I do agree. Thank you for the hydrate. I will zip on my water next time. Next relic screen, because outside of relic screens, I will die. Thank you for the follow, appreciate it. I mean, you do have mold on Zarin, right? So you technically do have a way to heal yourself on Zarin. So that's why even the casting one is not too bad for you, I would say. That's why Zarin is actually kind of nice for that. Oh yeah, Vazarin is also a good call. That was a little bit too many effects on my screen for a second. But like Magus Elevate, for example, I would not even bother with. I would not bother with swapping my arcanes, to be fair. But that is me. I would not bother with that. Because I'm like, nah, thank you. Vazarin definitely, yeah. I think that is... Vazarin is a good call. I mean, like, Vazarin and in general, also for Deviri. Pro tip, don't take casting, does have with Kara, and he casts it, it's not fun. Yeah, that's what I was saying. Like, some keys do hurt on some frames, right? That's why I was saying, like, sometimes you do. That's why I was trying to think about frames that are generally not affected because it does so little damage to them because of damage reduction or something. That's why I was... I have no idea. I would not suggest to run Gloom. Gloom can slow down the enemies, and you usually don't want to slow down your runs. So Silence and Gloom are definitely something that you don't want to do. Also, general like tip when you start running Sanctum or Netro cells. Don't bring Deadhead setups. Don't run Deadhead on your weapon. Deadhead specifically wants to have headshots. Most of the weak points are of Sanctum is not Deadheads actually, or like headshots. So Deadhead and Sanctum is not. That's why I always warn you that weak point shots or like weak point hits are not generally headshots. Most cases, yes, not all of them. And Sanctum is like the best example for that. So don't run Deadhead setups for Sanctum. Also keep in mind if you put Gloom on, you want to actually have effect, you also need to have like a frame where you actually have enough strength on so that Gloom is actually like, you know, doing stuff. Because Gloom is scaling off. Ooh. Of strength to be effective, so that will only work on a setup where you're actually already running enough strength on to be that effective. And if you want to run the lifesteal, I think there are like better setups. For example, Rakta Duckdecker, as long as you have shield, you are invulnerable with radiation, and Sanctum enemies are anyway weak to radiation, so probably that's a funnier like idea anyway. So maybe like rather think about stuff like that, or rather if you want to like, you know, What else? Sancti Magistar has lifesteal if you want to like the Incarnon. If you have the Incarnon, if you want to build the Incarnon. Daiku Nikana healing return. See, there's a lot of options. Maybe like better than, you know, actually Gloom. The healing kind of nice. Good one. That's a good one. I mean, like, it is meant to build around heavy attacks. I was like, I want slam. And it's not meant for slam, sadly. It's for heavy attacks, but I do. Gosh, there's another one up that ends in an hour. It just popped up, like... But then we're missing Arcton. And Standing. And... There's one before reset. That's nice, okay. Good to know. Thank you for letting me know. I'm checking. I just saw it popping up. So that's why I was like... And the expire timer is usually not that accurate. It's just telling you 1 or 2 hours before reset usually. So... enough time to like chill at least. So yeah, if you're ever wondering where I do have most of my stuff and where I do have like a huge amount of arcanes, pets, there is a way that your pet can pick you up, but if it actually considered healing or like a full heal build, that would be like actual enough. Yeah. But like, if there's enough to like heal you fully, I don't know. Hey, handsome. But yeah, we do have a lot of options, but like... We're nearly done! Woohoo! Can I get my Incarnon up again? I did not expect any... It's me, Raj. I did not expect anything else. Oh, what up, W-Bug? It's the first time seeing level cap. Nice. I hope you have fun watching it. You know, peak example of me, you know, doing nothing.
Contamination levels going in the wrong direction.
Peak example of me doing nothing, so... Basket can revive. There's also Sentinel mod, sacrifice. I can. Yeah, Jin can like also help you there, like to revive, right? And like counter recovery, right? So that would also be like an option, not an issue. That's not an issue. That's definitely like not an issue. But like, that went flying, mister. Oscar heals are saying that one. I've not tested that. I do want to like test Adasa on Loki because Adasa with Crepuscular. I want to like see how that. Oh god, frame rate. I want to like see how that feels. True, flat CC from Adasa goes hard. Yeah, and then was like, you know, the Crepuscular, you know, like the Arcane, but like, depends. I sometimes, just sometimes miss silence, just sometimes. I know, I'm sorry. The jazz stopping for someone never reaching level cap before? That's totally fine. So, like, first things first, when you're, like, talking about level capping. Reaching level cap just means to reach level 9,999. So, it's nothing special. It is not something you have to do. It's not something that makes you better, by the way. Right? I do it simply because I like to see. I need to farm. I'm a little goblin. But it is a way to test. Shall we disable the raids? You should have said that like 1 second earlier. I can't tap out. Not on Yareli. Maybe when I stand here, actually. There we go. Yeah, I did. I stand in the middle. You do it, or like I do it to like test certain setup for frames. No, you don't have to race me. I'm like invulnerable. I'm invulnerable. Hey, Sanctum. And you do it to like see how much or like how far you can like bring something, or like you test different setups. And at the point where I am, you also do like to kind of like show off certain content, right? Like a lot of like not a lot of the times, but like half of the times I do ask chat what stupid things we should do. So yeah, I need to like, yeah, I need to handle that. It's not even about the big numbers, but like simply like, you know, testing certain weapon setups. Due to like me having like a lot of the times and a lot of fun testing different weapons, feel like I'm testing out certain setups where chat would not test it because they don't do level cap, would not test that weapon themselves in that combination, right? So I'm testing stuff that they would not test themselves in that, you know. Oh, I kind of have nothing against violence. That's a bit bad. Dead. You got 70 Axelizer solo yesterday? Nice! Really good. Good job. Really good. Pyro, we done. Maybe one day? Sure. If you ever have questions, feel free No, taking breaks also from like, you know, your daily life format is totally fine. What I can like suggest so you don't feel guilty for playing is playing with a timer. So before you start playing, set yourself a timer like how long you want to play, for example 2 hours, and actually try to like stop with the timer actively. Yeah, turret will fall off sadly. If you don't have a frame that is buffing you, then turret will fall off, yes. Here. It is.
You just lost an Exalizer to possession. Get it back.
Screenshot? Zero down, 0 deaths. You know, just to compare, yes, I can actually do shit while, you know, talking.
Your time is running out. Destabilizing the
Compared to, like, you know, my Kume run.
The void has already started to degrade our enemy's judgment. You did well to stop them.
Oh, you can. Hero is level cap. You can run with hero cap. Level cap. You can.